President Trump claiming House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is playing games with border security, warning about the dangers of not building a wall. All this as the deadline looms for another government shutdown, now a little more than 2 weeks away. Blake Burman is live at the White House for us. Blake?
Hi there, Dana. We did indeed hear from both of them today. Nancy Pelosi up on Capitol Hill first said that when that conference committee meets, she made it clear that those 17 Democrats and Republicans, whatever comes from that, will not include a dime of new wall funding. After that, the president also made clear his stance, saying that he believes that walls work, so he will not support that. Pelosi, though, did say that she could get behind the idea of new physical barriers, as she put it. But watch here when President Trump was asked about Pelosi's comments. Listen.
They go like this. You know what a Norman defense is? 300 miles of this, so that cars cannot go by. If the president wants to call that a wall, he can call it a wall. He's referencing it. We already have almost 700 miles of wall.
No, because if there's no wall, it doesn't work. She's just playing games. So if there's no wall, it doesn't work.
The president in the recent weeks had moved off the language of a wall by saying that he wants what could be steel slats or a physical barrier. But today, he started talking about a wall once again, his signature campaign promise, by tweeting this, saying, quote, "Let's just call them walls from now on and stop playing political games. A wall is a wall." Dana, the president also made clear that declaring a national emergency along the southern border come February 15th is still very much an option.
Indeed. Okay, let me also ask you, he talked about his intelligence chiefs in this press conference.
He did. The intelligence chiefs were up on Capitol Hill earlier this week. They gave a much different assessment as it relates to Iran than what we've heard from President Trump in the past. The intel chief said, as they see it, they do not feel that Iran is trying to track down a nuclear weapon, or at least get the capability for that. The president yesterday took to Twitter saying that the, quote, intelligence people are, quote, extremely passive and naive. He also suggested that they go back to school. Well, just a little while ago, the president was asked about their comments, and he said that he feels he will be vindicated.
I disagree with certain things that they said. I think I'm right, but time will prove that. Time will prove me right, probably. I think Iran is a threat. I think it's a very big threat.
But the number two in the Senate, John Thune, also said that when it comes to national security matters, he feels that President Trump should stay off of Twitter, and he said that we should trust the judgment of the intelligence community. Dana?
All right, Blake, thank you.